Robert Allen here, and today we are chatting with actor Jim Watson from NBC's Transplant, Dr. Theo Hunter. We've had your co-star Hamza on 2 years ago when the show started. I tell you, it's hard to believe that you all are now in your third season. That's so cool. Thanks for your time.
Oh, thank you for having me. Yeah, it's been pretty wild these last few years getting to film a TV show like this throughout everything that's been going on. We definitely don't take it for granted, let's put it that way.
Yes, well, you are back with episodes now, and thank goodness that your strike has ended and everything worked itself out the way it was supposed to. And we can talk about this because this is such a great show. Again, 3 seasons is big. I mean, to get 1 season order, 2 season order is huge, but three is massive. So your character, we met them in season one, and now we are here in season three. A lot of things have happened. I always ask this of actors who have starring roles in shows like this and their characters progress. How would you say your character has changed from season one to season three? Like, what are a couple things that you've learned about them that you know that you think about as an actor when you're telling these stories every week?
I think, yeah, that's a great question.
Thank you.
Kind the kind of the thing I love the most about Theo and the growth that he has shown is that you kind of meet him and he's this got it all together guy. He's got a wife and two beautiful daughters. He has a beautiful home, and then he has a beautiful condo in the city. Everything looks like it's going great, but looks can be deceiving. I mean, pretty much from the get-go, his, floor just starts falling out beneath him and his life just starts to change in ways that he wasn't expecting. And what we really see into this third season is a very literal representation of him falling back down to earth, and he kind of has to start all over again. So it's been a great experience seeing that, even though someone looks like they have it all together, that doesn't necessarily mean that that's really where they want to be or where they're supposed to be. So getting to go on that journey with a lot of subtlety at times has been it's been a great experience for me as an actor.
I love that. I think that's one of the big themes to this show is starting over, really, and where audiences can relate to whether what kind of life you have or maybe aspire to. The grass isn't always necessarily greener on the other side, for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, it's true. And it's one of the, you don't really know until you get there type thing, right? It's truly a theme of the show is this starting over element, this transplanting yourself into a new place. Sometimes it's with Bash's character arc, it's very literally being transplanted to another place. And sometimes, as far as Theo is concerned, it's more just an emotion. It's a way of life. It's a place in his life. It's been cool seeing how there's good and bad with every choice you make, and that's part of kind of being a person is just dealing with that balance and trying to make the best out of it.
Yeah, I think that's very interesting that you mentioned that. I was thinking about that because I was rewatching the previous seasons, and now with this season that we're in, it's just been fun watching all of this transpire. I'm interested to know because you deal with a lot of different topics on this show. As an actor, how do you find yourself getting into the headspace of this character on a weekly basis? I mean, by season three now, it probably fits quite comfortably, but do you find yourself challenged as a storyteller or as an actor in this character, like every week having to deal with some of these emotional things that he finds himself in?
Oh, definitely. I mean, the great thing is that our writers they have a very smooth way of sort of within the patients that our characters deal with. You often find our story reflected. So there's a wealth there to really take from when you read through the scripts. You can really understand where they want you to go. But the beautiful thing about Theo is that he really was never that far. He really was never that far away from me as a person. We're both from pretty much the same area of Canada and have a very similar kind of story. So I've never really felt like I had to reach, but sometimes I really had to dig, if you know what I mean, and had to kind of go to places that I maybe should have gone personally at times. But it's been this amazing gift to play this character and just really bring out parts of me and really grow as a person while growing the character at the same time. It's been awesome.
Yeah, I can imagine. I mean, to have a show like this that is not only written well, but also has had very measurable success on NBC and in competitiveness with all the other medical shows that are out there. I think what sets you guys apart is the fact that it really has a personal touch, right? And I think that's probably, I would guess, one of the big things that draws your audience in every week is to see where your character is going to land, so to speak.
Yeah. Yeah. Mine landed in the middle of the woods this season, but that's fine. No, it's true. We really strive to make it relatable. And even going into the details within the actual medical procedures and things like that, like we try on all aspects to make this show as relatable and real as possible in comparison, not to name other shows, but in comparison to those other shows you kind of alluded to. We really try to ground everything performatively and in the procedures as well. It's something we take a lot of pride in, actually.
Yes, I was joking when we were doing press for New Amsterdam when that was on, having to remember the medical jargon, specifically some of the characters who were psychiatrists and things like that. Like, has that been a challenge having to learn all that? I'm assuming you probably have people there who are helping you remember things and deliver terms in an appropriate sort of way.
Oh yeah, we have an amazing medical team. We got Magic Mike. He's kind of like an icon now of our of our show. We love him. Yeah, there's always someone there to kind of give you the nudge when you didn't put the right emphasis on the right part of the 26 syllable word. It happens. But that's kind of one great thing about doing a medical show. It puts you in this class of actors who have done medical shows, and we can all kind of, talk that old game about those words that we'd all fumble on take 26. So it's a really cool thing to be a part of. To get to say that I've done this has been really exciting. But yeah, there's always someone there to help you out. It's never
I
as
love
hard.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a
How
team effort. Team effort.
Literally, yeah. So as a storyteller, you get to do a lot of different things. You've been a part of other projects, but a question I always like to ask also is like, having done this for so long, what is important to you as an actor? Are there maybe one or two things that you look at that help nudge you along the way to choose how you're going to commit your time? Because obviously you're in a world that's very busy.
That's true. Yeah. I think an important thing for me as I grow in my career is that we're just telling true stories, you know, entertainingly, in an entertaining way. I think that's the emphasis that we really need to focus on. Where I come from, there are people around me from all walks of life, and that was what was great about Transplant, was getting to tell these stories, the refugee story, and really showing how that fits into the fabric of a country with so many other stories to tell. I think that's something that when you come across shows like that are giving multiple perspectives on very relatable events, that just gets me going. Because it's so easy to point at someone and go, I know their story. You don't, you don't until you really hear it. And I think we live in a world that generalizes experiences so much. And it just for the simplicity of a headline, where when we get to actually have individual conversations and individual moments about specific things, that's what really intrigues me. I want to know your story. I don't want to know the story. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it reminds me of that film with Jack Nicholson and Adam Sandler where they're
This,
anger
yeah,
ma-
yeah, anger
anger
management. Is that, yeah,
management, and he's asking him, "Who are you? Not what you do, but who are you?"
yeah. It's true. It's true. I think we spend so much time right now just making sure that all our boxes are ticked, but that's not really who we are. So I like to find those stories.
Absolutely. Well, as we mentioned at the beginning and wrap here, the season is moving along. Is there anything that you can tease a little bit? Obviously, no spoilers, but like where can we see Theo going here? Uh,
Oh, Theo is on a long journey. Let's just put it that way. He has a lot of self-discovery ahead of him. Some of it's messy, some of it's beautiful, but it's very human. As we filmed season 3, it was just a constant sort of go home after and sit down and think about my day of shooting going, wow, I feel like I'm going through that right now. So I really think that people are going to feel a relatable journey over this season. Where it ends, it's kind of like life. It doesn't end till it ends. So it's a never ending, always evolving thing. And it's been a lot of fun to play.
Absolutely. Well, episodes are available to now watch and stream seasons 1 through 3 on Peacock. And this is such a great show. NBC, of course. Thank you so much. And congratulations on the third season. And I'm excited to see where this ends and where it continues to go, because it's literally that, when this show comes on, when I watch, everything stops. So
That's
I'm
awesome.
excited to see how things wind up as we wrap up the season.
I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. And it's just been a pleasure to be on NBC. And we're really excited that the world is getting to see this show.
Yeah, absolutely. Jim Watson, thank you so much. I appreciate your time, my friend.
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely.